All right, so let me introduce you first to Ladybug kindergarten. If you take a look, this is Ladybug. So this right here on my desk, this red thing, this is called a document camera. What it does is it shows the things underneath my hands, like this. So you guys can see what I'm doing up on the screen. So instead of trying to have everybody see and trying to, oh my gosh, I can't see it. Oh my gosh, she's in the way. Now you guys are 8 feet wide and you can see what's happening right here underneath my camera. So the way we treat our ladybug, we got to treat it kindly. Because remember our art room rules: be kind, be patient, be polite, and be respectful. So if the teacher's not watching, can Rain stand up and do this under my camera? Would that be very polite? Would that be very kind, do you think? Would that be very respectful? Probably not, huh? So it's breaking some art room rules. Or what if Brady came up and he said, hey, I think that neck bends, and he took the neck and he went all around like this. Do you think that would be a very kind thing to do to my stuff? Probably not, huh? Because this we want to keep good track of. We use this a lot in the art room, and it's a very helpful tool. So we got to treat it nicely so it lasts us a long time. So what I want to show you guys, these are art room alligators right here. You guys call them scissors. So here's why I call them alligators. We call them alligators because it helps us to remember how to use our scissors in a way that makes them easy. Because I see some kids who try and cut upside down, or I see some kids who aren't sure which way to put their fingers in the scissors. Or sometimes I even see kids cutting towards their hands, and that makes me nervous because the alligator might bite them. So what I'm going to show you is really cool. So here's what I have. We have a rhyme. You ready to? I'll say it a couple of times. And if you've learned the words, you can start to say it with me as you hear it. Alligator, alligator, wait and see. Alligator, alligator, can't catch me. Alligator, alligator, safety first. Alligator, alligator, chomp, chomp, chomp. And we slow down on the last part, and I'll tell you why. Here's what that means. Alligator, alligator, wait and see. Do you see how there's two holes right here? One looks like a little eye, and another one looks like a belly, and this one looks like a mouth, right? So here's what I do with my alligators. Alligator, alligator, wait and see. What that means is you're going to put your thumb through the eye so that you know that's where it goes. Alligator, alligator, can't catch me. So that means I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to grab his belly. Alligator, alligator, safety first. That means my alligators always want to point away from me because if they bite me, it might hurt. They only want to chomp paper. These are only paper alligators. So they don't want to chomp markers, and they don't want to chomp erasers, and they don't want to chomp crayons, and they certainly don't want to chomp hair or clothes. Uh-oh, no. Uh-oh, no. So instead what's going to happen is alligators are always going to point away from us. And you're going to say, well, how do I cut around something? That's where this one comes in, because this one's your steering wheel. This one leads the alligator to the river. So alligator, alligator, wait and see. Alligator, alligator, can't catch me. Alligator, alligator, safety first. Alligator, alligator, chomp, chomp, chomp. Now here's why we say chomp, chomp, chomp. When an alligator is sneaking up on his lunch, is he going to try to run after it? No, he likes to surprise lunch. So he's going to sneak up really slow. So if he goes chomp, 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 he's going to scare away his lunch. But if he goes chomp, 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 he's going to be very sneaky. And what do you think? Would an alligator swim with his belly above the water, with his eyes underneath the water? No, because he wants to see his lunch, right? He wants to make sure that he's going to catch a lunch. So he's got to make sure his eyes are always above the water when he chomps, chomps, chomps. And do you think an alligator is going to want to move on the land or in the water? Oh, in the water, I think too, because then he can really hide. He looks like a log in the water. So then he can really sneak up and be really sneaky so that he can come up and he can go and get his lunch. So I have some scissor puzzles for you. This is our first scissor puzzle. So if you take a look, there are lines and dots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my alligators and I'm going to say my rhyme so I remember how to grab it. If you guys remember, you can say it with me. Ready? Alligator, alligator, wait and see. Alligator, alligator, can't catch me. Alligator, alligator, safety first. Alligator, alligator, chomp, chomp, chomp. All right, so I'm going to make sure that his eye is above the water. I don't want to cut like this because then his belly's above the water and then, oh my gosh, he's not going to catch any lunch because he can't see it. So he's got to make sure his eye's above the water. So when I come here, he's going to try and stay in the river. Chomp, chomp, chomp. And oh my gosh, if I go past it, that's my little stop sign. That's where the river ends. So I got to do a half a chomp, just a tiny chomp. And then there's my dot. So if it's in my way, I can fold it up. And then, oh my gosh, this one's a shorter one. Let's try this. Ready? Chomp, chomp. Oh, it's only 2 chomps on that one. Okay. All right, so that one's done. Now here's a tricky one. We're getting a little harder. What happens if I chomp here? Am I in the river? No, because look, if I chomp, it goes off of the river, right? So what I'm going to do is am I going to turn my alligators? Oh, no, I'm going to use my steering wheel, aren't I? I'm going to lead my alligator to the river. So I'm going to turn my paper instead. Chomp. Uh-oh, I'm going out of the river. All right, turn it. Chomp. Chomp. Ah! Uh-oh, I'm going to go out of the river. All right, turn it. Chomp. Ah! Turn. There we go. And I'm just going to stop at my stop sign. All right, this one gets harder. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. All right, here we go. Use my turner. Here we go. Chomp. Chomp. Ah! Okay, stop and turn my paper. Chomp. Chomp. Oh, okay. Stop and turn my paper. Oh, it's getting a little bit hard. There we go. Okay, ready? Chomp. Oh, man, I just went out of the river. What am I going to do about that? Let's try again. How about that? I'm not going to worry too much about it because I can always try again. So let's try. We're going to back him up a little bit and we'll go back to the. There we go. That looks better, right? There we go. All right. Chomp, chomp, chomp. And turn my paper. Chomp. Oh my gosh. Woo. We got through that. All right. So your job. This is probably the hardest one. Look at all those curvies. Oh my goodness. Look at that river. And then you have this one. Oh, no. Do you know what's really fun about this one, kindergarten? When you're all done with him, he looks like a long snake. He looks like a long snake, so you got to be careful. But if you can do it, he's going to look a really cool snake. All right, kindergarten, are you ready to practice alligator, alligator? Yeah! All right, I'm going to pass out your alligators and stop my recording.